Hey, G-Bear out here in the desert, homesteading again. And you can see I got my drag sled grader hooked up here. I've been using it today. I also did a lot of work with the front end bucket. And the reason that I'm going to do this let me unhook that. Excuse me a minute here. Let me unhook this drag sled because we're going to take a ride on the ATV to save time on this video. And there we go. That's all there is to unhooking, is just take the chain off. But anyway, I've been doing a lot of grading today because the plan is to get another container up here and put it right beside this one. Well, I had to grade an area for it. So I'm going to leave a space between the two, and then later on I can close off the backside on the wind side. But here's all the grading I did today. Well, not all of it, but part of it. I got a little bit more of fine grading to do. I got to get the level out. But as you can see, the level on the front of my unit is just slightly off there because I'm sitting in a rut. But if I pull forward here, and I get to right where the container is going to sit, and I get it right there. And you can see I'm pretty much zeroed off now. So I've got a pretty good grade here, but I got to fine grade it, and I've got to move all of this stuff here so I can grade, but I think I can do that afterwards. There's going to be about a container's width space in between the two, and then another container right where I'm sitting in the same direction, with doors on the same side and all of that. And that'll double up my storage. So anyway, I had to cut a new road leaving from the water tank. So that's what this is. And we're going to take that road as we go. And this will be the way that the water truck will leave when he's leaving here. Also, the truck that brings in the container, that's like a big 18-wheeler unit. He needs a lot of room, so I had to cut another angle path through there, coming in from the second driveway, so that he can come make an easy turn and pull right in, and then he'll back that unit right into place, right where I put my wooden stakes, and set it down. So you could say I graded the driveway here again, and I also graded the road because the county scrapers have been scraping the main road coming in here dozens of times since last year, and now they've got it so that you rise up into my side road here, my little private road. You rise up about 3 feet from the main road, and they had built berms, dirt berms, along both sides of my entrance. So with my van and just a small trailer, I already have trouble making that swing without the trailer wheels going over one of the berms. So I got out here with my bucket this morning and I broke down most of the berms, as you can see here. And there's still a hump here, but that's no problem because I can ride over that hump. And then you see I went across the main road there. That's because the property here, the 20 acres, goes across the other side of the road there for another 200 feet. So I was still on my own property. I make sure no cars are coming here. And I made some turnarounds here, and I found that it was easier just to come up here and then pull into the same 20-acre property here, and I can make a U-turn because dragging that sled behind me, that grader sled, uses up a lot of space. So as you can see, I made quite a few turns here. And as we turn back and look at the entrance now, you can see that the truck will come in with a container from this angle. And when he brought the first one in, he actually had to go right up there where I made that cut, and he had to use that whole area to turn into this road. So I set it up so that that will be easier for him. I'm going to do a little bit more grading on that tomorrow. I'll move a little bit more dirt and dress it up a little bit. I may even drag the that mattress rake over here and clean up some of these berms. But this berm right here was about 4 foot tall. He'd never get through that. But now he's got a nice way to pull in there and make a big loop here and head on down the road. Let me put this back in auto so I can go a little faster than just first gear. There we go. And I can go a little faster now because I graded this road in and out, and it's a little smoother than what it was before. Before we had a lot of gullies and ruts in it, and I'd be bouncing all over the place, but right now it's pretty smooth, as you can see. And this is the way he'll come in. He has to come into this point here, and then I made him a big wide turn area here so he can turn through here. And then instead of coming out that way, he'll come out that way, but going in, he'll come in this way. And he doesn't have any sharp turns, so he'll be able to make all of these corners. And he'll just come straight up like this. And then he'll turn that way. And I cut the road going into the pond area so that he could pull in all the way into here if he had to straighten out for his backup. So I came through here with the drag sled a few times. And there's my pond area that I've started digging. That's not priority. I got other things that have to be done here. But yeah, I made a couple of pulls through here and a couple of turns. And that's what I did today. The wind blew earlier. I got up here. I had 14.3 volts in the battery banks. I had plenty of power. And everything was looking good. No damages, nobody coming in here. But I do want to mention that I met another one of my neighbors. Her name is Juanita, and she lives up the road, way up into the mountains there. About 3.5 miles, she said. But she came down and introduced herself and welcomed me to the area. And we had a little talk, and she was looking at the stuff I was doing, and she goes, "How much help do you have?" And I said, "Well, most of all of this is just me, but I do have a couple of people that come up and help me out." And I spread a little yarn and told her, I've got a guy on a motorcycle that comes up, and he parks his motorcycle inside the container and locks it up, and he stays in the motorhome, so nobody even knows he's here, but he keeps an eye on things for me while he's here. So she goes, "Oh, that's a good idea." But she said it was really calm around here and not much problems with any vandalism or anything like that. She also drives around. She's one of the ladies I saw with a pickup truck picking up all the clothes that somebody had dumped over there. And she says that she drives up and down the desert roads, and she cleans up all the junk that the idiots come in here and dump. And then she gave me some information as to how to get water. And boy, I got to get me a water carrying tank, because there's a place in Adelanto, and I've been there, but the machine was broken. But you pull up to that thing, and it costs $1. You put $1 in, and the water turns on and keeps going until you fill your tank, whatever size tank you have. And then you press the stop button when your tank is full. So I just found out a secret of the guy who delivers water to me. He gets $170 to bring 2,500 gallons of water up here, but he only pays $1 for it. That's a pretty good deal. I might have to get me a water truck and go into business. Just kidding. I got enough to do as it is. Oh, by the way, right here, you see this line right there? I marked that line. That's how much water was in this barrel when I put it here. And we had some rain at the beginning of the week. And you can see I got about 25 gallons, oh, maybe even 30 gallons. Yeah, I'd say closer to 25. 25 gallons got dropped into there just off of the porch roof. So if I've got time tomorrow, I did drain one of the other barrels over there, the middle one, or the one on the right. And I watered really soaked my grapevine down with it. But the reason I emptied that is so I can move that barrel over to the back side of the cabin where I've already got the gutter up. I just need to put the downspout on, and there it is laying right there on the table. But we got some pretty good rain up here, and I've already got my little skid boards set up over there for the barrel. So the barrel will go on, it'll go up and attach to that rain gutter. And on the next rain, I'll get some more water. I like that idea. Anyway, that's about it for today. I just locked up. It's sun is set. It's starting to chill out a little bit here. I left my drag sled here and everything so I could get off in the morning and do some more work. But that's about it. G-Bear in the desert, signing off from another episode of Homesteading the Desert.